Hello everyone and welcome to today's class. As you all can see on your screen, the topic for the day is nutrition in animals. See children, like plants, animals too have different eating habits. Everyone has got a different eating habit. Be it you, be it me, or be it anyone. Every person, every animal has got a different eating habit. Okay, so I'll tell you about what all are there, what all steps every living organism is following. All living organisms follow the 5 basic steps of nutrition. Okay, first, if I talk about, nutrition involves 5 basic steps that occur in the same sequence in all living organisms. Every living organism has to follow the same steps, and that too in a proper sequence. The first step is ingestion. Okay, the first step is ingestion. You can see on your screens also. The first step is ingestion. It is the taking or engulfing of food by the living organism. The way we are eating, we are putting our food in our mouth. Okay, that is called ingestion. When we put the food in our mouth, it is called ingestion. The second one is digestion. Okay, what is happening in digestion? Our body cannot consume the food as we are taking. It has to be broken down. The food which we are consuming is in a complex state. Our body cannot consume it the way we are eating. So it has to be broken down into simpler form so that our body can consume it. Okay, the third one is absorption. Okay, now when the food is ready, once the food is broken down into simpler form, now it has to be absorbed. And who is absorbing that? The blood in our body is going to absorb it. Okay, so it is the absorption of soluble food particles that take place in the small intestine. Fine children. Now the fourth step, that is assimilation. Okay, assimilation means the usage, how we are using. Okay, now the blood, it is carrying that digested food which is broken down into simpler form to the different body parts so that we can carry out our day-to-day activities. Okay, it is the usage of simpler forms of food particles by the body to generate energy required to do various activities. Fine. Now the fifth one, that is digestion. Digestion is now the body. Okay, we have digested, we have consumed it. Now the waste material has to be taken out from the body. Okay, that is known as digestion. So the removal of unwanted or leftover food from the body through the anus is called digestion. Okay, I hope this is clear to you all. Fine. Now look on your screens again. I am zooming it so that things are more clearly visible to you and it's very much clear also. Okay, now we will talk about nutrition in amoeba. What is amoeba? Amoeba is a unicellular organism, means it is made up of only one single cell. Okay, one single cell is there, and in one single cell only all the activities keeps on going. Okay, so amoeba is a unicellular organisms. All the steps involved in nutrition are carried out by this single cell. Okay, amoeba does not have a mouth, it does not have eyes, it does not have fingers, nothing like us. Okay, it is a unicellular organism. That means all the activities which are necessary, they are carried out in a single cell only. Okay, now how does amoeba move? How does it consume its food? Okay, first of all, amoeba does not have any specific shape. Okay, it does not have any shape like we all have. We have eyes, we have nose, we have teeth, everything we have. It also on a fixed place, but amoeba, it does not have such things. Okay, when an amoeba sees a food particle, it moves forwards towards it. It forms finger-like projections called physiodium. Okay, or false feed. See children, you can see here also. What is this? This is amoeba, and this dense part is called nucleus. Okay, this is called nucleus. It does not have any hands or some like that. Okay, it has simple cytoplasm is there. Okay, this is nucleus and this is all cytoplasm. This dot dot part you can see, it's all cytoplasm. Okay, now what happened? This how does it move towards its food? Whenever it sees any food over anywhere, what does it do? It starts moving. Okay, how does it starts moving? With its false fingers. Okay, wherever the food is there, I'll explain you here. Okay, see, it's sort of like this. This is an amoeba and this has got a nucleus. Okay, the amoeba has got all nucleus and small things are there. This is cytoplasm. Okay, now what happens when suppose the food is here? Okay, the food is lying over here. What will happen? It will start moving towards the food with its finger like projection. Okay, with its finger like projection, that's that is called false feet, and we pronounce that word as pseudophodia. Okay, with its finger view like this. Okay, it will start moving like this. You can see here also, it's pseudophodia. Okay, now what happens once it starts moving? What it will do? It will cover the whole food area. Now what is happening? Once it covers, it will digest over there. It will form a food vacuole. Okay, it will form a food vacuole over there, and whatever the food is there, it will digest there and there only. Okay, and whatever food it is eating, and after that it will get some energy and it will multiply or reproduce. Fine. Now if I talk about, as you all can see on your screens also, nutrition in human beings. This is the most important thing for you all to understand. Okay, so human beings, they are multicellular organisms. That means we have millions and trillions of cells in us. Okay, and our body has many different parts, and every part has got a specific function to perform. Okay, so the process of digestion starts from a mouth and ends through the anus. Okay, fine. As I told you, the first step I told you was ingestion. What is ingestion? Ingestion is the taking of the food. Whatever food we are eating, we are putting in our mouth through our hands. Okay, the process of putting the food into the mouth is known as ingestion. Fine. Am I clear? Now comes the second most important part, that is digestion. Whatever we have eaten, okay, that cannot be consumed by the body in the same way. It has to be broken down, because the food which we are eating is in the complex form. Okay, it is in the complex form. It has to be broken into simple form so that a body can observe it, use it. Okay, so now what is happening? Once the food enters our mouth, in our mouth two things are going simultaneously. One is the mechanical digestion and second one is the chemical digestion. Fine, children. If I talk about teeth, they are doing mechanical digestion. Why? The food we are eating, it is in big chunks. बड़े बड़ा होता है. It has to be क्या कहते हैं, broken into small pieces. So the function of the teeth is to break down this big chunks. बड़े बड़े जो bites होते हैं ना, it makes it small. Okay, so teeth, what are they doing? They are biting. We are biting with our teeth. We are biting the food, and what we are doing, we are making it into small pieces so that it is very easy for the food to get into a food pipe. Okay, so when a child is born, you must have seen the child's teeth. They start coming at the age of 6 to 7 months, and those teeth are known as milk teeth, or you can say temporary teeth. Okay, that is for some time only, but by the age the child reaches the age of 6 or 7, those teeth are broken and they are replaced by a new set of 32 teeth known as permanent teeth. Okay, what are they replaced by? The milk teeth, they are replaced by the permanent teeth. Fine. And how much are they in number? They are 32 in number. Okay. Now see, you can see permanent teeth 32 in number, and milk teeth we are also known as temporary teeth. Now there are different types of teeth in a mouth. Okay, there are different type of teeth in a mouth. There are incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Okay, what are they? All the four. You can see on your screen also. How many type of teeth we have got? We have got 4 different types of teeth. Okay, first one is molars, premolars, canines and incisors. Okay, and every teeth has got different function. Okay, am I clear? Now the mechanical digestion is going inside a mouth. What are we doing? With our teeth, we are making that big piece into small pieces so that it is easily digestible. It is easily going inside a food pipe. Okay, but at the same time, as you all know, in our mouth, what do we have? We have teeth, we have tongue, we have saliva also. Saliva is the watery part which is in our mouth. Okay, now what is happening? The salivary glands in the mouth releases saliva. Okay, salivary glands are there in the mouth, and what are they doing? They are releasing saliva. Okay, you can see here also the salivary glands in the mouth releases saliva. This saliva contains an enzyme called amylase that acts upon carbohydrates present in the food, breaking them to simpler form. Okay, what is it doing? This saliva has got an enzyme, and that enzyme is called amylase. Okay, and what is it doing? It is breaking the carbohydrates which is there in the food. Which all food is rich in carbohydrates? If I talk about, I give you an example of bread, roti. These are different things which are rich of carbohydrates. Fine, children. Now come to the next one. Okay. Now tongue is there. As I told you, you have got a tongue also in your mouth, and that is very important. Okay, what is the work of the tongue? See, tongue has got different taste buds. Okay, we have got different taste buds, and different tastes are sweet, bitter, sour and salty. So with the help of our tongue, we come to know what is the taste of the food we are eating. So the different tastes, as I told you, are sweet, salty, sour and bitter. The tongue performs following functions. What is the first important function? If we do not have a tongue, we won't be able to speak. Okay, for speaking, your tongue plays a very important role. Second, what is it doing? It is mixing the saliva which is in your mouth with the food you have eaten. Okay, what is it doing? It is, see, it mixes saliva. You all can see on your screen also. It mixes saliva and food. It pushes the food into the food pipe, thus facilitating swallowing. It helps to distinguish 4 types of taste, as I told you, and it enables us to speak. Okay, fine, children. So tongue, teeth, everything is contributing towards the digestion of the food. Okay, now as you know, teeth, they are playing a very important role in the process of digestion. So we should take proper care of teeth. Brushing of the teeth is very important. You should brush your teeth at least twice a day. Make sure that before going to bed, you have done proper brushing, because night brushing is more important than the morning brushing. Because after your meals and all, when you go to bed, if something is left, what will happen? It will start decaying over there, and you will have the problem of cavity. Then you have to go to the dentist for it, and eventually what will happen? A day will come and you have to take out your tooth. Okay, so please, it's a request you have to brush twice a day, not once but twice, morning and night. And night brushing is more important. Okay. Then you all can see on your screens also. What is it? Many of you must be reading it oesophagus. No. The correct pronunciation of this word, please listen very carefully. This is a scientific term for the food pipe. Okay, where is the food pipe? Once the food is in the mouth, it is entering our stomach through the food pipe, and the food pipe is scientifically known as esophagus. What do we call it? Esophagus. Fine, children. So the correct pronunciation of this word is esophagus. Fine. Now, what happens in the food pipe? The food forms a bolus in the mouth after mixing with saliva. The bolus is then passed into the stomach through a long muscular tube called esophagus. Okay, as I told you, this is your esophagus, from your mouth to the stomach. How is the food entering? Through the esophagus. Fine, children. Now, once the food has entered into the stomach, now what will happen? What will happen in the stomach? See, first of all, you can see the diagram also. The stomach is some sort of J shape. You can see it's some sort of a J shape. Okay. So, once the food reaches the stomach, further digestion takes place. Once the food reaches the stomach, further digestion takes place. I am emphasizing it more because you should be very clear whatever food is eaten. Once it enters the stomach, the correct digestion starts taking place over here. The inner wall of the stomach releases hydrochloric acid and pepsin. Okay. These are two enzymes. Pepsin acts on the proteins present in the food, breaking them into simpler forms, and the hydrochloric acid kills the harmful organism present in the food. What is happening in the stomach? Now, it is releasing two enzymes. The first one is pepsin and the second one is hydrochloric acid. Pepsin, see, what is the work of the pepsin? Pepsin is working on the protein part, okay, and hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, it is acting on the, what is it doing? It is kills the germs, okay, whatever the germs are there in the food, it is killing that. Fine. Now, come to the next page. You all can see small intestine. After this, the food is entering into the small intestine. First it was in a mouth, then esophagus, then stomach, and after that where it is going, it is entering into the small intestine. Here, this is the most important part. Okay, everything is happening in small intestine. Now, the food then forms a chyme. This chyme is passed into smaller intestine. Further digestion takes place in small intestine. Now, bile from liver. What? Bile from liver and pancreatic juice from pancreas. Now, we have two more juices working over here. Bile, which is secreted by liver, and pancreatic juice, which is secreted by our pancreas. They are poured into the small intestine. Now, what is happening? Bile, it is acting on the fats, okay, and pancreatic juice, they are acting on proteins, okay. Bile, what is it acting on? It is acting upon the fats which are there in the food, and pancreatic juice, they are acting upon the proteins which was there in the food, okay. Now, the digestion of carbohydrate, fats and protein is completed in small intestine, okay. This is very important. All the last processes carried out in small intestine. Now, the food has been broken down into simpler form. Now, it is complete. The process of digestion is complete. Now, what is the work? Now, what has to be done? It has to be absorbed by the body. And who is going to absorb that? Blood. Okay. Now, you can see the digested food. The digested food is now ready to be absorbed. The small intestine has finger-like projections on its inner wall. These structures are called villi. Okay. Now you can see what is the function of the blood. The function of the blood is now when the food is ready, it is broken down into simpler form. Now what is the function of the blood? It starts absorbing. Okay. It absorbs the simple food which is prepared, and now what is happening? It is entering into the small intestine. Has finger-like projections on its inner wall, and see, this is some sort of, you can see finger-like projections are there like this. Okay, this is the inner part and this is the outer part. Fine, children. Now these structures are called villi. The inner part, okay, the inner part has got these structures and these are villi. What is happening over there? The increase the surface area of small intestine for absorption. Okay, soluble food substances absorbed by villi are passed on to the blood vessels. Fine. Now what is happening here? The blood is absorbing and passing it to blood vessels now. Okay, and what is the work of the blood vessels? To carry that simple food to different parts of the body. Okay, and this is now the fourth one. Is the fourth step in digestion is assimilation. Okay, now you all can see here also on your screen. Now the nutrients absorbed by the villi are in the simplest form. Okay, this is in the simplest form. Now glucose formed by the breakdown of carbohydrate is taken by the cells to generate energy. Okay, now the blood is carrying the simple food to different parts of the body, and here that is used by all the parts to carry out their different activities. Fine, children. Now the last process is, the last step in the process of digestion is digestion. Now whatever food we have eaten, some food is left undigested also, or which is not used by the body, that has to be taken out, and by which process it comes out? It comes out through the process of digestion. The food is then stored in the rectum until removed from the body through the anus. Okay, fine. I hope you have understood now the nutrition in human beings. Now come to the next part. Okay, the next is nutrition in ruminants. Okay, you can see on your screen. Before this, I would like to tell you something very important. So sorry, I forgot this one. This is digestive system of human being. You can see the figure here on your screen. Everyone can see? Okay. Now what is happening here? The mouth is there, you are putting the food in the mouth, and through the mouth it is going in through the esophagus and entering your stomach. And in the stomach, after stomach, it goes into the small intestine. Okay, the food is going into small intestine, and after that in the large intestine you all can see, and after that the food is coming out through the anus, the unwanted or the leftover food. Fine. Now the next one, nutrition in ruminants. You must have seen many grass eating animals, cows, buffaloes, goats. They eat the grass. Okay, they swallow the grass, and after some time they sit and again they start chewing that grass. Okay, what happens? पहले खाया और थोड़ी देर बाद बैठकर दोबारा से वो क्या कहते हैं, चबाने लगती है. What is that actually? See, plant cells are not easily digestible as animal cells. Why? The reason behind is because the plant cells, they contain cellulose. उनके अंदर क्या होता है? Cellulose होता है जो easily digestible नहीं है. If we compare it with animal cell, okay, this has to be digested. So now what is happening? See, plant cells are not as easily digested as animal cells. This is because plant cells contain high amount of cellulose. This cellulose makes plants difficult to digest and needs a lot of chewing. This is the reason why you often see plant eating animals like cow and buffalo continuously chewing the grass that they eat. But they do not chew the grass at once. Okay, they are not doing it at one go. Okay, they take time. They sit and then they take their own time. They chew it slowly. Okay. Now what is happening? All the ruminants, they have 4 chambers in their stomach. Okay. All the ruminants. Ruminants means the plant eating, the grass eating animals, they have 4 chambers in their stomach. Now the stomach of ruminants have 4 chambers. This is the main difference between a ruminant and a non-ruminant. Okay, you can see on your screen also the 4 chambers are rumen, reticulum, omasum and abosum. Such a stomach is called compound stomach. Okay, fine children. Now what is happening? Once I told you the stomach has 4 parts, there are 4 chambers like this. Okay, first whenever the animal is eating the grass, it goes into the first one. The first chamber is the rumen. Now what is happening? After that it goes into the second one, that is reticulum. Once the animal sits, what is the function of this reticulum? The function of reticulum is to send back this grass which the animal has eaten once again into its mouth, so that it can chew. Okay, it chews over there, and slowly the cellulose starts breaking. Okay, fine children. So digestion in ruminants, you can see here also, digestion in ruminants takes about 70 to 100 hours as compared to 2 to 24 hours in humans. So that's all for today. I hope you all enjoyed this class, and in case you have any problem, keep on reading. The more you will read, the more your queries will be solved. Okay, thank you and have a great day.